I am super excited to share something with you, but I have a question for you. Do you ever get stuck in overwhelm, frustration, or just emotions and just spiral and can't get out? You are so not alone. Um, Pleasure Coach Vireo here, and belief or patterning. This is my poster full of possibilities. I've been picking a word every single day since July 8th, 2017. I have not missed a day. Um, I want to tell you a story, and then I have an invitation for you. My first year with belief or pattern, I think it was 2017. I used muscle testing, and I asked for a word for my highest. I often ask the divine God to give me a word for my highest in muscle test, and the word I got that day was matter. A burst into tears. And I realized that I had a subconscious belief, an unconscious belief that I didn't matter. Now, had you asked me the day before, the week before, the month before, the year before, if I felt like I matter, I would have went, of course I matter. But I didn't realize that I had an unconscious belief that I actually didn't matter. So the challenge is that two things 90% of the time we are being run by our subconscious. Now, the good news is you don't have to learn how to use your phone, tie your shoes, drive your car, um, brush your teeth. You can do things on autopilot. But the bad news is that a lot of those beliefs do not serve us anymore. And our beliefs came to us when we were in utero to 7 years old. No part, well, no part to our, no fault to our parents, no part fault to ourselves as well as parents. We all did the best that we could with the tools and the beliefs that we had. What I love about belief or patterning is it helped me to take those beliefs that no longer serve me to when I pick my word, that helps me to uncover if there's something that doesn't serve. And then it also helps me to strengthen who I am becoming, who I want to become. And I'm so blessed because in our pleasure program and in my one on one coaching, I support my clients with this amazing superpower tool of belief or patterning so that they also can train their subconscious mind to go to the upside. I still fall down, my clients still have life that happens to them. But what is different is that we get up faster. We remember who we are quicker. So if you want some of that, I apologize for not letting you know sooner. Um, but tomorrow at 5 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, Edmonton time, 6 o'clock Central Time here in Mexico where I am, 7 o'clock Eastern Time, 4 o'clock Pacific Time, my friend, coach, mentor, and founder of Believer Patterning, Suze Casey, is going to be offering a complimentary 60 to 90-minute session called Making the Law of Attraction Work for You. And I see some of you are here live. So if that interests you, I will put the link below. You can register. It's complimentary. I will be on the call as well. My apologies for not letting you know sooner, but honestly, belief for patterning, this is my superpower tool. And um, if you're struggling, it'll support you. If things are going well, you can strengthen what is going well. Um, and if you know anybody who is stressed or suffering from depression or overwhelm, it's definitely, I don't think I'd be on the planet here. I would have checked out, I would have left. Maybe not taken my life, but I've had moments, especially since my dad left this physical realm 3 years ago. I've had moments where I just wanted to die. I was just like, God, this is not what I signed up for. I was emotionally overwhelmed, and I'm grateful for superpower tool of believer patterning because it helped me come home to Vireo. It helped me. I have a team of people also I can reach out to for support because I think we all have moments where we need support. We need our own willingness to grow. That's one thing. And then the second thing is that um, I need, as a coach and mentor, I also need a coach as a mentor for myself and a community. Then we need a community of people to support us and hear us and hold us and we need each other, but from this place of interdependence. So if you can relate to any of that, I see quite a few are here. You just give me a thumbs up or just say yes below if you can relate to any of that. So hello, thank you so much for joining. And if you would like a word, my word, I'm just saying the thing. So I've been recording my word as well. And my word for today my word is key and respected. Yesterday, my word was promise. And yesterday, I made myself a promise, and I made a promise to the divine to really make my decisions from a place of checking in with the divine. And then today it was a reminder that my key to my success is to ask for divine guidance. My key to my success is to look within myself instead of outside of myself, which honestly, I did that for decades. I was always looking outside of myself. I was adapting to what other people needed, what other people wanted, from that first husband to my sons to people I cared about to my parents. And now I'm way better at putting my own oxygen mask on first. Thank you to the superpower tool of belief repatterning. Hello, Gustavo. Hello, Jeffrey. I see a few of you there. So, yeah, so if you are wanting a tool that is going to help you to navigate when shit hits the fan in life, when things get tough and you want to be able to get up faster, you want to train your unconscious mind to go from here to here. We have something that's called a reticular activator. So, for example, if I asked you, maybe you're standing on a bridge and I asked you to count all the blue cars that go by for 4 minutes. And then after 4 minutes, I said to you, well, how many red cars? You would say, I don't know how many red cars, Vireo. You asked me to count the blue cars. So with believer patterning, it's a way of supporting you in training your reticular activator. That's a word. It took me a while to learn how to say that. Your reticular activator to go from this side of the line to this side of the line. So it's a 7-step system founded by my coach, teacher, and mentor, who she has a tremendous story. I'll let her tell you her own story of how she came to find believer patterning and how it basically saved her life. But it helps you to train your own brain so that when life knocks you down, you will get up faster. And one time Suze asked me, she's like, well, she asked everybody in the crowd, but I felt like she was speaking to me individually. She's like, are you sleeping with the enemy? And I'm like, sleeping with the enemy? What are you talking about? She meant ourselves, because when we go to sleep, what happens is our subconscious just replays old tapes like, you're not good enough, you're stupid, why did you do that? And what I've noticed since I've been training my brain to go to the upside now for, 9 years, that I actually repattern in my sleep. So now my subconscious tapes that are playing are not the old tapes that say, you're so stupid, why did you do that? You're not good enough, or fears that come up. Instead, my mind will go, oh, well, Vireo, what's key today? My word today was key. So it could be and then 2 days ago, my word was joined. So I'm like, oh, how can I be joined with myself? How can I be joined with the divine? That seems to be a theme this week. Another day, many, many years ago, when my dad was alive, my word was revere. I had never heard the word revere outside of reverence at a church. I'd certainly never used it in my own speaking. But I looked up the word revere, which I often do when I have a word. And the word revere, oh, and I'll say one about key in a moment as well. The word revere, the definition is to regard with respect, tinged with awe. I just took a breath into that. Now, in that moment, that would have been back in 2017. Definitely did not revere myself. I'm not even sure I really revered life. I did revere my dad. He was my hero and still is my hero from the other side. Give me some love. And if this, I hear one of you says you're sad. Yes, this will help you to, we don't want a spiritual, I'm going to finish the story and then I'll come back to you with that. So I said to my dad, he came to my cabin where I was living on the same property with my parents, knocked on the door, and he asked me to help. I think it was a Saturday with some wood splitting. So I helped my dad. And at the end of the day, I said to my dad, can I revere you? My dad would have been in his 80s, late 80s by then. And I told him, revere means to regard with respect, tinged with awe. And it was very normal for me to ask my dad if I could appreciate him. But this was the first time I'd used the word revere. And I told him I revered him because he took care of his health. I revered him because he exercised every day. I revered him because he took care of so many things on the property. And we both got very teary-eyed, and I felt very close to my dad in that moment. By the end of the day, I actually revered myself. I revered my life. I revered my dad even more. And so, for example, one of you put on there that you were feeling sad today. So you want to acknowledge the sadness. And I'm going to, do I have your permission? I can't read the name without my glasses right now, and it's on my phone. Just give me a thumbs up. If I have permission to muscle test on your behalf and pick a word that we could, so moving away from the sadness, we want to acknowledge the sadness. So one of my everyday ecstasy tips here, if you're not already subscribing to me on YouTube, I invite you to subscribe. I would love that. I was on Facebook and had 5,000 or 6,000 followers. They shut down my account, tried to silence me, Facebook, Instagram, and Messenger. So here I am on YouTube now, making the best of it and just trusting divinely that all is in divine order and things are happening for me, not to me. So my everyday ecstasy tip, I think actually about 3 days ago here on YouTube, I shared on my everyday ecstasy tip that one of the ways to have more pleasure is to actually feel the pain. One of our ways to have more joy in our life is to feel the sadness and feel the grief. And I think I did a video, I was crying. I may even did I think I did a live here, and I had a really big cry. And so when we're sad, it's important to feel the sadness, not to spiritually bypass. So feel it, to free it. And then you don't have to live there. You don't have to take a residency there, right? So feel the sadness, feel the grief, feel the anger, feel the shame, whatever is that feeling there, feel it, truly feel it. And then hold yourself. Go to that video. It's here. I think it's under my live videos, Pleasure Coach Vireo. I'm just going to muscle test. I'm holding my phone, so let me just muscle test here with my other hand. So a word that is most supportive. I'm getting the word joy, and that might be too big of a leap. So let's just go with my words that I had today, key and respected. So in the 7 steps of believer pattern, first we would just I would acknowledge the sadness. So if you haven't had a cry, it's a good time to have a good cry. We all need to cry, men and women alike. I think we live in this world where, when my sons were little, I certainly encouraged them to cry. There were still people around that would tell them otherwise, but I would say, no, we want more people that feel on the planet, not people that are numbed out. So acknowledge the feeling. And then in believer patterning, the first step is often forgiving ourselves for believing. So I forgive myself for believing I need to hang on to the sadness, or I forgive myself for believing that the sadness defines me. And then you say that, breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Might also be, I forgive myself for believing that the way things are right now that are causing this sadness are the way things are always going to be. That is just never going to change. And then breathe that in. And then if you were my client, we would muscle test a check. And I would ask if you have any monkeys in your mind, any mind chatter. I'm going to show you my monkey here. I like to say that we're training our monkey. We're training to have a monkey that is supporting us rather than the monkey that is criticizing us. So this is my cheerleader monkey here. And honestly, believer patterning has helped me through some really hard times, which I'll go into more another time, but it is getting late for me here in Mexico. But I do want to walk you through the rest of the steps of believer patterning. And again, if you want to know, if you want to join tomorrow with my coach, teacher, and mentor, Suze Casey, the founder of Believer Pattern, I will be on the call as well. They're supporting and cheering on and sharing. I will put the link after this call and register. It is free. It is complimentary. Please let her know I sent you. And so the second step in believer patterning is permission. So say this out loud. I give myself permission to acknowledge the sadness and then to let go of the sadness. And then the next part of permission is I give myself permission to move towards something else right now. And like I said, could be joy. It could be I give myself permission um, to feel respected, or I give myself permission to focus on what is key right now, what is key to my happiness. And it could be that you're on this call right now, listening to me here. So I give myself permission. Let's do it. Let's go with that one. I give myself permission to focus on the key to my happiness right now, or the key to my peace. Happiness might be way too far to go. Thanks, David. David says, I remind him of his fourth grade teacher. I used to be a teacher for 15 years in the public school system from K to 5, and then I substituted from K to 12. All right, let's take a breath through that. Thank you, everyone, for your sweet words. Okay, so the third step in belief or patterning is choice. And usually, let's see if I can maneuver the phone here. So usually we've got in one hand, so I can choose to hang on to the sadness and stay there and get stuck in it and let it define me. So I can choose to hang on to the sadness, or I can focus on the key, and you could say to my peace, to my happiness, to my joy, whichever one resonates with you. I can't do both of this at the same time. So with our cheerleading monkey, I choose to focus on the key to my happiness, the key to being respected right now. Okay, so we've got forgiveness, permission, choice, and then gratitude we can sprinkle anywhere. Gratitude will always move you from this side of the line to this side of the line. So I'm grateful for the contrast of moments when I've been sad, because they've helped me appreciate when I am happy, when I am joyful and peaceful. It's actually knowing sadness helps me to know joy and peace. So I'm grateful for the contrast of the sadness, because it's pointing me towards the key to my happiness. And then the next step in belief or pattern is we did a choice. So forgiveness, permission, choice, freedom. So I choose to focus on the key to my happiness. I'm grateful for the contrast. And then the next step is freedom, is you want to try it on. You want to practice it. Now, if you were going to do a marathon, I'd say do a walk around the block. Don't do a whole 10K today. Maybe get some new running shoes. So do something simple that you're going to do anyway. And when you do it, you can be focusing on the key to your happiness. So I will focus on the key to my happiness when I go to bed early after this call with all of you here. And I post the link to the free complimentary session tomorrow with my coach mentor, Suze Casey, that you're all welcome to join. Yeah, I will feel that is the key, and going to bed early here tonight. So I would love to know in the chat, thank you for all your sweet words. What is something you could do tonight anyway? And when you do it, it can be the key to your happiness. It might be having a drink of water, depending on what time it is where you are. It might also be going to sleep early. It might be, I write before I go to bed every night. I make a list of my gratitudes. So I am free to focus on the key to my happiness when I write my gratitudes tonight. So what's something you might do anyway? I would love if you posted it in the chat below. I see a whole bunch of you watching here. Or give me some emojis, some lovin' if this is serving you in some way. And you're going to do it anyway, and so it's training your reticular activator to move away from noticing the sadness, which you've already recognized, you've acknowledged it, you've cried maybe, and then moving towards something you'd rather feel, in this case, having a key to happiness. And so we're training our reticular activator to look for that. It's like building that pathway over and over and over. And then the next step is affirmation. Now, put A below if you have used affirmations ad nauseum in the past to try and convince yourself something that you didn't believe. And so moments after you said it, you already confirmed that you disagreed with it. So it could be something like, I am a multimillionaire. Well, my brain would say, liar, liar, you are so not a multimillionaire, Vireo. But if I said, I am increasing my prosperity, oh, well, that is true. Okay, so I do know what it feels like to focus on my key to happiness. It happened this morning when I went for a walk on the beach by the ocean. I practiced my goddess Qigong by the ocean, and I practiced my Course in Miracles by the ocean as well. And today was a reminder in Course in Miracles that God is my source of everything. So, when in your life have you also focused on your key to happiness or noticed a key to your happiness? And just tell yourself that. And then the last step in belief or patterning is surrender. Now, surrender is not when you lay down and quit. Surrender is when you acknowledge who you are, I am statement, or who you are becoming. You want to make sure that it's true. So I don't always necessarily remember to focus on the key to my happiness, but I could say, I am increasing, focusing on my key to my happiness. Or I am increasing my joy. I am increasing. I am becoming. Okay, so whatever you're moving towards that you want to own. And that's going to help your cheerleader. This is my that inner critic in my mind that was criticizing me in the past has now become my inner coach. This is my inner coach. She hangs out by my office here. So those were the 7 steps of belief or patterning. If that served in you in any way and you want a greater, deeper taste of that, please join me tomorrow, Friday. What is Friday? The 13th. Friday the 13th. That's a powerful number. Friday the 13th tomorrow, 5 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, 6 o'clock Central Time, 7 o'clock Eastern, and 4 o'clock Pacific. If you're in a different time zone, I apologize. You'll have to figure that out. I will put the link here in the comments below, and you are welcome to join. It will be complimentary, 60 to 90 minutes with my coach, teacher, and mentor, the founder of Belief or Patterning. Come and hear her story. I promise you, this superpower tool has helped me. Like I said, I have not missed a day. I have picked a word every single day since July 8th, 2017. And it has helped me to navigate some really big shit, especially since my dad passed 3 years ago. So especially if you are having some challenges in life right now, and man, who is not? It is pretty crazy on the planet right now, all over the world. So if you are wanting a tool to help you, come and have a taste of it. It would be my honor and my pleasure. I'm Pleasure Coach Vireo. And subscribe, and then you will receive my Everyday Ecstasy tip, which I do at least 5 days out of the week, and my Tantric Tuesday on Tuesdays. And if this supported you, I would love if you share it with somebody else as well. So subscribe and then invite somebody else to join, or better yet, invite 3 people. Like I said, I had 5 or 6,000 followers on Facebook. They shut down my account and silenced me, but they can't really silence me because here I am speaking. And I would love if you help spread the word. There's some exciting things coming. I'm going to tell you tomorrow. I'm going to tell you tomorrow on March 13th. I have something very exciting coming. So come and love yourself up. I might do something for a Valentine's Day for self-love. So stay tuned. Namaste. Sending you much love from Mexico, from my heart to yours. And I hope to see you tomorrow at my Coach and Mentors event. So check on the link below. Please subscribe. And I hope to see you there. Take care. Now I just have to figure out how to end here.